So everyone stand up. Everyone stand up. Everyone stand up. Stand up. Let's go. Let's get dancing. So we came back from San Francisco earlier in the week on Myriad. Keep the music going, please. And we had a bit of a disco on the plane. So I want to see some moves right now. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Over here. Get your groove going on. Woo. Oh yeah. Who was on Myriad Air? You guys remember the disco? Awesome, thanks guys. Just thought I'd be just liven the room up a little bit. Hello, everyone live streaming back at the office. Sorry I couldn't get you a ticket. Wow, that's bright. All right, thank you. So we came back just to give you guys a bit of information. There's a bunch of us here. We all went over to San Francisco for a week. It was a pretty crazy week, and then they hired a Qantas charter jet and flew us all back from San Francisco, Silicon Valley, back to Brisbane. I've never had such a rock star experience in my life. We were able to carry a beer onto the plane, high-fiving the hostie as we went on. And I did not steal any of Ian Thorpe's stuff. It's totally rumours. It never happened. All right, so my name's Dr. Eban Escott, and before I start off, where's Baden? Thanks, mate, for that there you go, behind the light. Thank you for that very kind intro, mate. Got a little bit teary, actually, so it's very nice. So I'm such a believer in what Baden's doing. Any support that you can give to Baden would be great. I was on Ventura 1 with Ben and the crew, so just encourage everybody, if you're part of the community, get out there and be part of it because you really learn super great things from your peers. Today I'm going to talk about my business called Codebots and what we've been actually doing. Okay, so Codebots itself, I paid for a lot of money for the .com, so we got codebots.com. If you get the .com, buy it. I think I paid $8,000 for the .com. Yeah, definitely get it. So the reason I got it because I think the name tells everything. So what we've got is bots that write code. And what we're going to do today is we're going to do something super duper uber crazy is we're going to do a live demo. Oh dear. We weren't awake till midnight. Some of the team were up till 3 a.m. That's totally not true either. It's been working perfectly for days, so fingers crossed we make it through the live demo. But it's pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoy it. All right. So how does a business grow? This is a real interesting question. Who here's got a startup? It's pretty good. Who here works in a business between 1 and 10 employees? 10 to 100 and over 100. So pretty good mix. Now, when you think about the way a business grows, it has to start at the beginning, at zero. Okay? Now, over time, many things are going to happen. I've lived and breathed it. One of the things that happens over time is you get new team members, you get employees joining the team, and your complexity starts to go up. You start to get software systems into your business. More than likely, you're grabbing some off-the-shelf system. Who here pays a monthly subscription to an off-the-shelf bit of software? I hope everyone's got their hands up. Yeah, pretty much everyone. Yep. Who here doesn't think sometimes that off-the-shelf system could actually do a lot better and you end up fighting your business? Yep, quite a few people. The frustration's out there. So, when a business grows, we've got some valleys of death to cross. I was sitting on a plane, and not the Myriad Air one, a different one. and I was reading this, and I was like really proud of myself because I was like, I've crossed the valley of death. And then I realized that there's a second valley of death and a third valley of death. I was like, damn it, lots of valley of deaths here. But basically, if your business or startup is turning over more than 1 million, you're already in the top 4%. Okay, think back to your university days or your school days. Did you ever get 96% and higher on an exam? I didn't, very rarely. Now, of those ones that actually make it across 1 million turnover, okay, only a 0.4% ever cross to greater than 10 million. All right, and you've got to ask yourself, why is it so hard? Like, Baden's doing all this amazing work in the entrepreneurial world, but why is it so hard for us to cross these boundaries? Okay, there's a couple of reasons. Okay, there's a communication complexity. Now, I really like this one because I feel this one all the time. So when you and your co-founder start off, okay, you've actually got two people in the business with one line of communication. Okay, you get your first employee. You got 3 lines of communication. Okay, maybe you bring in another co-founder. So at this point, you got 4 people and 6 lines. You get 5 people to 10 lines, and the lines of communication, the complexity of the communication in your business goes up exponentially. The more and more people you get in your business. At the moment, I've got 55 people in my business. Not bad for 4 years starting up. That's 2,950 lines of communication across the business. So dealing with that complexity is really hard. Another reason that it's really hard to cross those valleys of death is got to do with your software complexity. Okay, you must have scalable infrastructure for you to move your business to that next level. Now, this is a typical business over time as it grows. I've worked with businesses, and I do not tell a fib here, that got 280 separate software systems. 280. You'd be surprised if you did a bit of an analysis on your own business, how many pieces of software you have in your business. Okay, this is not a scalable solution. What we need to do is we need to simplify your software landscape. Okay? The only way you're going to ever simplify your software landscape, there's no other way to do it, okay, is when you start building your own software. Okay? It is my belief and my hope in the future that every business, okay, imagine if we had Baden with everyone becoming entrepreneurs, okay, and all these businesses be able to build their own software systems. Okay? Every business must get to that point. Okay, so if you're looking at a myriad, I just threw that word in there, of, dad joke, bad, of software systems out there, where do you start? Okay, now the beachhead that I've chosen, the strategy I've chosen for my business, okay, is we've started with this one, okay, Microsoft Access. Microsoft Access is a very well-used database. It has lots of functionality, and there's lots and lots of businesses out there that have a server under their desk running Microsoft Access that some student worked on 10 years ago and is an integral part of their business, and they don't really know what to do with it. It's so true. I come across these businesses all the time. Right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to see something super cool. Besides Back to the Future and gifts. What we're actually going to see is we're going to see a process where we take an Access database. We're going to upload that to, just wait there, Leo. We're going to upload that into the cloud. We're going to see a Codebot analyze that database. That Codebot is going to write thousands of lines of code and turn that Access database into a cloud-based API and unlock your data. All right, let's see this happen. Okay, first up, step 1, this is when you go to codebots.com. This is the process you go through. This is your onboarding. Okay, so we're going to click from database. Okay, we're going to see a project name go in. This is a live demo, by the way. Or the team over there sweating right now. There might be a cheer at the end of this, just so you're aware. Okay, so here we are, we're choosing an Access database. Okay, we're uploading the database, setting up our projects. Now, once the actual database is finished its analysis, what we're going to go on to is the actual build. Now, when we go on to the build, what we're going to see is we're going to see the actual Codebot in action. So typically, there's the database schema there. Typically, as a software engineer, if I'm having a good day, are there any software engineers in the audience? There's a few around, excellent. If we're having a good day, we might punch out 500, maybe 1,000 lines of code on a good day. And that's going for it, and that's touch typing and everything. Okay, so what we're going to see here is we're going to see the actual build itself, and we're going to see the bot writing some code. So you can see the stats going up, and you can see the bot moving around the code base and writing all of the actual code. In that amount of time, in a few seconds when the bot is done, setting up all the APIs, what we're looking at is we're looking at about 25,000 lines of code written. There we go. Team, we're going to cheer. So I just went too easy, right? What we actually saw there was the bot writing 25,000 lines of code in about 20 seconds. Now, the really cool thing, we hit the, you can zoom in, zoom out. We'll look at more of that shortly. The really cool thing here, you click on the API documentation, right? Now this drops you out into another interface, and now we've unlocked all our data. So we now have taken an Access database, we have turned it into a cloud-based system, we have put an API on the front of it, and we have enabled your business in the space of a few minutes. Okay, next step. Okay, we're just going to have a quick tour of the Codebots platform itself, so you guys can have a look at it. I'm really proud of the team, by the way. Well done. Okay, down the left-hand side here, we've got the main menu. The main areas of the menu are you've got a management area where you're managing your software project. You've got a development area where you're doing all your diagramming, how you express the intent of your software. We'll talk more about that shortly. And then we've got the environments. So inside the environments here, we can do a 2-click deploy and deploy up into the cloud within a few seconds. On the right-hand side, there's a chat interface. So for all of you people like myself that really want to get off Slack, what you can do is you can jump across, and there's a full chat interface over here, and upload your memes and your emojis and all those cool things we love to do on our chat channels. Next up, in the management, we're going to look at the schematic. Okay, now when you guys express the intent of your software, so when you're having those sessions, whiteboard sessions, and you're working on some software system, what you would typically do is you'll be drawing up a bunch of wireframes, okay, the pages and the views and the tiles and all those types of things in the application. What we've developed here is we've developed an online platform where you can wireframe. Okay, not only can you wireframe, but you can also take those wireframes and turn that into a full stack application. So what you're seeing Leo do here is you're seeing him adding in some various text fields, input boxes, and so forth. Now, once you've finished wireframing your application, you can also switch over to the schematic and actually see more of the data model. Which I'll be talking more about this in depth tomorrow at our workshop. Hopefully a few of you guys are coming along. And you can update the state and the data model of your application here and connect the UX to the data model. Now, once you complete, you hit the build button again, and our friendly neighborhood Codebot then starts writing out the code. Okay, and you can see how much time this saves. Now, not only does it write the code, we haven't got this bit yet. I'm really looking forward to this. You can zoom in and zoom out on that actual tree. And each one of those nodes in the graph is like your file on the file system. You can click on that and you've got full access to the source code. So you can make that code level customizations to get that perfect fit for your software. The next thing I want to show you guys is quickly the testing. While Dr. Escott is running Codebots, no software is complete without testing. We don't release without testing. We're going to have the Codebot, if you release without testing, he's going to put on a cowboy hat and go, yee-haw, while you deploy to production. I don't have that feature yet, but it will be there. Quite looking forward to that. In the testing here, we use the programming language called Scratch, which is the programming language that you use to teach children. So everyone in here can use Scratch. And inside here, you can build up your test cases. Finally, what you do is once you've built up your test cases, the test cases are run. Then we use a traceability matrix. And the traceability matrix is where we line the tests up against the requirements. Yep. And then the final bit of the demo is just on the dashboard. I know I'm moving very quickly. We've only got a few more. How am I going for time, James?
Yeah, you don't have too bad, like 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay, yep. And then you got your dashboard. So on the dashboard, you can see how many of your requirements have been implemented, how many tests you've got running, how many requirements don't have tests against them, and so forth and so forth. So this is where you drill into the health of your software. So that's it for the live demo. And we'll just flick back over to the slides. Oop. All right, so the 3 key benefits of using Codebots, okay, our unique value proposition. Okay, the first thing we enable you to do is unlock your data, and then we can build apps faster, and we go for a custom fit. Now, when you're unlocking your data, what we're talking about for what we're doing is you can take an Access database and quickly enable that into a cloud-based system. Okay, on our roadmap, you're going to be able to do spreadsheets and all types of cool stuff, but at the moment, Access is our first one we're concentrating on because some of our competitors are doing other things. No one's concentrating on Access yet, so that's our beachhead and what we'll be concentrating on. Okay, we're able to build apps faster. Now, the reason we're able to build these apps faster is not only do we have a Codebot writing the actual code, but this Codebot can do all sorts of really cool things out of the box. Okay, and this is a list of them here. So the Codebots can do dashboards, they can do shared libraries, they can do site funnels, workflows, they do mobile apps, so they write iOS, they write Android, they write web-based systems all off the same code base. They can do notifications, timelines, all the amazing things that you would want in an application that you're building. To compare what a Codebot can do to traditional development, okay, up the top we've got traditional, you've got your typical phases of building a software project. In the middle we've got some really cool tools that we can use today that are available, and what a Codebot does is it allows you to automate and, as it says in the middle there, find your edge. Okay, so your edge is the true IP. That is the real problem that you're trying to solve in your startup. Now, most of what code is, and I'm going to oversimplify it right now, a lot of code for those developers out there is infrastructure. It's stuff that we spent hours, days, weeks, months of our life actually doing that we shouldn't be doing. The real IP, when you send in Dr. Escott to look at a software system and give me a good 30 minutes to get to it, the real IP typically is about between 500 and 1,000 lines. That's it, an entire software system. So what you want to do is you want to enable your team to be working on what your true value is. The final thing I'll just talk about is custom fit with code level customization. So what I mean by this, okay, is if you buy on one end of the spectrum, you buy an off-the-shelf system, you go, yay, this off-the-shelf system, it's $20 a month, it's great, it gets me going. But as time progresses forward, you go, you know what, this is actually, my business is fighting this thing, and your business ends up having to run the way that the actual software performs. On the other end of the spectrum, you've got these full custom systems, okay, which are very expensive. And what we're trying to do with Codebots is we're trying to get the best of both worlds, okay, to hit that sweet spot in the middle, and you can make it more custom or more off the shelf as you need to. All right, so what's this mean for the future of work? Okay, what this means, right, in fact, can you just switch over quickly, James, have I got a minute? Yeah. 1 minute? Just switch over quickly to the source code, Leo. Just zoom in there, buddy, it's a bit small. Yep, so this is some of the code that the bot wrote, okay? One of the big differences between us and some of our people who have gone before us is our bots write human-readable code. So what that means is you can jump in here and you can add, okay, a human engineer can add code alongside the bot-written code, okay? And it's simply done inside these protected regions. All right, so that allows you to get that custom level fit. So you've got all this pre-packed behavior, which gets you a lot of the way you need to go, and then you can add in those last little finishing touches to your application. All right, so what does that mean to the future of work? Our AI, our Codebots are not about replacing jobs. Okay, now this is an ethical question. Okay, it is an ethical question what you actually want to do with your, and we were chatting about this the other day, weren't we? Right? For me, okay, what I want the machines to do, okay, is I want them to augment us and make us better. I don't want them to replace us. So with that in mind, what we're trying to do is look at the future of work from that angle. All right, so to find your edge, we're running a workshop tomorrow here at 12:30. My co-founder, Indy, over there, and I are going to be in the workshop, and we're hoping to see everybody there. Thank you.
The amazing talk to Eban, and I think we underplayed how good that dance in the demo was. One demo back through, sailed through, and it was those things don't happen in real life. So we do have a few minutes of questions for Eban before we kick on to Marco and Hoop. So who's got any questions for Dr. Escott, the coding wizard?
Eban, does the Codebot have AI built in so that if there's a problem with the user, it self-corrects itself?
Yep, so the question was, does the Codebot have AI built in? The answer to that is yes, we use AI on a number of fronts. We use it in the chat interface, so you can use language to communicate with the bot, and we also use it in some computer vision as well. Yeah, but it doesn't self-correct the code. It writes the code based on what the wireframes are, and then you set up your testing. So they write tests as well. Yep. Okay. Yep. Hey.
So would you say it's like a Weebly for building apps? Like a do-it-yourself software maker?
Yeah, totally, yeah. So, and if you want to Google and have a look at some stats on it, they're calling them the citizen developers. So they're the non-techies, yep, that want to get out there. We want to bring software and technology to everybody for them to start building it within their business. Yeah, thanks.
Very good. All right, so everyone will be floating around. Make sure you check out his workshop tomorrow at 12:30. Everyone, big round of applause, Eban Escott.
Thank you.